Think your business is safe in a divorce? Think again. If you're a business owner going through a divorce, there are some really important things that you need to think about. Number one, did you secure any of your business with any personal assets, like your home that you may co-own with your spouse? That could be a problem. Did your spouse co-sign any other loans for your business, or did your spouse put any marital assets into your business? That could be a problem. Did you start your business during your marriage, or did your business grow during the marriage? That could be a problem. If you didn't think ahead and get a prenup or a postnup, your business is going to be impacted by your divorce. And working with divorce attorneys who are comfortable with this, who know how to do business valuations, and who know how to protect your business, even as you're reorganizing your family life, that can save you a lot of money, and it can help you keep your employees. So courts won't actually transfer your business ownership interests during a divorce, not unless you guys agree to it and put it in writing in a marital settlement agreement. In general, if the business is solely in your name, it is going to remain solely in your name, just like most assets. However, doesn't mean that you're not going to have to compensate your soon-to-be ex-spouse for their marital interest in a business. And a marital interest is different than a title interest. So what do I mean? Let's say at the start of your marriage, your business is valued at about $100,000. And then after your marriage, when your marriage is ending, your business is now worth $500,000. Well, that is $400,000 worth of growth that is attributable to your marriage. And somehow your spouse is going to have to get about $200,000 from other assets. Things to think about, because you don't want to have to sell off a portion of your business or agree to give your spouse a portion of your business. That can be really tough. So playing chess or playing with the puzzle pieces, that's something a qualified attorney can help you do. The way a business is valued in a divorce or in a prenuptial or postnuptial agreement is through a business valuation. There are experts out there that will help you figure out a business valuation. And there's a lot of different ways to determine the value of a business. The reason for that is because each business type is different. Maybe you own a franchise and there's a franchise agreement and that has something to do with the value of the business. Or maybe you have a business that has a lot of tangible assets, something like a landscape company that has a lot of equipment, and that equipment has value. Or if you're a service-based industry, like a law firm or an accounting company where, the only physical assets are basically some old desk tables and most of the value is in the work that the employee puts forward. That is why you have to look at different ways of valuing business. Plus, there's also the aspect of how you get business. Do you get business because people refer business to you, and that sometimes is called personal goodwill? Or do you get business that is from advertising that a new owner could take over and just kind of keep rolling? All these different factors go into evaluating a business, and it is really complicated. And most business valuations that I've seen, they are long and they have a lot of detail, and you really need to understand the different methodologies so that if at the end of the day you don't agree with the business valuation, your attorney can help convince a court as to why it should be different. There are a couple different things that you can do when you have to use an expert to value a business. One is that both parties together can agree on a valuation expert. This can save a lot of money because each of you is paying for half the valuation, and you each have kind of input in the different methodologies that the business valuator may or may not ultimately choose to use. And then you live with the value they come up with. Another way to do it is to agree upon a business valuator, but not agree to be bound by the business valuator's actual result. In that case, if you disagree with it, you can always hire your own to do another valuation and have the battle of the experts in court. And of course, you never have to agree to use the same expert as your spouse. You can always each have your own experts and have the battle of the experts in a courtroom. One of the biggest mistakes that I see when there is a business in a divorce is that divorce attorneys and their clients are not always careful about protecting the business. Look, you might really be angry at the business owner. They may have done some horrible things to you. Maybe they cheated. Maybe they, acted horribly in other ways. But at the end of the day, the business is an asset that is going to help the entire family. And hopefully it's providing an income stream that is going to help the whole family, whether that's through alimony or child support. I have seen cases where people do what I call killing the golden goose. Either they spread all kinds of dirty information, true or not true, about the business owner, and then the value of the business goes down, and also the customers in the business goes down, which means the business doesn't have the cash flow to pay the owner, and then the owner doesn't have the cash flow to pay the child support and alimony that the payee, the one receiving it, really wants. I've seen businesses killed by subpoenaing everybody's referral sources or putting out lots and lots of information about taxes and things like that that really should have been covered by a confidentiality agreement. As angry as you may be at the soon-to-be ex, and as important as it is to get all the information you need, don't kill the golden goose. It's the same thing as setting fire to a house. It doesn't help anybody, and it hurts the whole family. If you're going through a divorce and a business is involved, you want to work with attorneys who have a lot of experience working with business owners. At Z Family Law, we don't write endings, we create new beginnings, and we're here to help you.